here comes the part where we actually use the reason as to why we remember no SOHCAHTOA. Alright. First step, always label your triangle. Again, our dots here, these are our hypotenuse, these are adjacent, it's beside the dot, and our opposite on the bottom. So when we find the angle, we do the inverse operation. Now, I'm just going to reiterate. Lowercase letters represent side length, and uppercase represent angle. So inverse operations, when we can't just divide sign on a calculator, what we do is do sign negative 1, which is on your calculator where you hit second sign or something you would shift sign on your calculators. It all depends on your calculator, but most of it is you hit second sign. So this is representing dividing with inverse operations. And we second sign our decimal. And right here would be our decimal here. Decimal, decimal. And this is usually to 5 decimal places. 5 decimal places. 5 places. Okay? So we would do second or inverse. Sine, cos, tan, depending on what you're looking for. Define angle. Define angle. And I'll go through examples to make sure this is clear. So we round degrees to angles. This is just my preference. Some textbooks tell you to round to 1 decimal place, so it would be 30.2 degrees or 30.5 degrees. It all depends. I usually just go cut off at 30 or 31 degrees. Okay, calculate each angle to the nearest degree. So we need to get a by itself, so we divide by sine. Excuse me. So to divide by sine in calculator, we would do sine to negative 1, which is second sine. So we type in our calculator, hey, second sine to 0.2546 should be 15 degrees. And I rounded up. Okay, again for cos, same thing. We divide by cos. Divide by cos. B equals, we can't divide by cos on the calculator, we do second cos or cos to negative 1. Alright, so then therefore B would equal 81 degrees. Last one, C, same thing, divide by tan. Divide by tan. C equals tan to negative 1, 3.2785. And again, make sure your calculator is in degrees or this will screw up. I should really go back to the top and mention that. Make sure calculator is in degrees. Alright, determine the angle of elevation to the top of the 5-meter tree at the point 3 meters from the base of the tree. Let's draw a little tree, shall we? We're doing green. Okay. Let's do our triangle. And this would be our 5 meters up. This would be our 3 meters from the base of the tree. And we don't know what the angle is. Okay. Alright, now let us label a triangle. This is our hypotenuse. I should probably do it different colors. We'll do red. Hypotenuse, this is our dot, our adjacent. It's going to be the 3 meters, and this is our opposite. Okay, so here comes the SOHCAHTOA part. The reason why we know SOHCAHTOA we need to figure out which one are we going to use out of the three. So we are given what measurements? We are given opposite, and we're given adjacent. So which one has opposite and adjacent? Tan. So we're going to use a tan ratio. That's how you determine which ratio you're going to use. We're going to use a tan ratio in this case. Tan theta equals opposite over adjacent, and it's in written order as well. So we have tan, we have our values. Tan theta we don't know, we'll leave as theta as theta. Opposite is going to be 5 over 3. Again, we want our fraction or decimal to be 5 decimal places, so we hit 5 divided by 3 in our calculator. We should get tan theta 5 divided by 3 to 5 decimal places, 1.66667. Okay, so now we want to get theta by itself, and we do that by dividing by tan. We just learned that like 10 seconds ago. Divide by tan on the calculator, you would do second tan, or tan to the negative 1. 1.66667. Theta would equal 59 degrees. Okay, when a question asks to solve the triangle, this means find all missing sides and angles. So you're going to find everything. And it's usually just 3 missing values in most cases. Let's do that for this question here. I usually draw a box to know what I'm missing. I'm missing B, angle B, and I usually show that in uppercase letters. And I'm missing little a and little b, so I'm going to do little a and little b. Okay, first step, always label your triangle. Hypotenuse, this is my dot, so therefore this is my adjacent, and my opposite. Alright, so the easiest to find as of right now for this triangle is the angle B, because we know when a triangle adds up to 180 degrees. That should be a common concept already learned. So maybe we can note of that. Triangles add up to 180 degrees. Okay? So we know the little square is 90 degrees, so angle B is equal to 180 minus 90 minus my 56. So therefore angle B is going to equal, and I put a little sideways triangle to represent angle. 34 degrees. Now, we've set that in our little square, which is 34 degrees. Okay. Now I'm going to do my other thing, which is looking for A and little b. I want to find, it doesn't matter what I find, let's find angle A just to put in order. Separate that. Okay, so I forget what I'm looking for. I'm going to look for side A. So side A, I'm given hypotenuse and opposite. So what has an opposite and hypotenuse, which is sine. So I'm going to use sine. Sine theta equals opposite over hypotenuse. Sine theta, theta is 56. Equals to opposite, which is A. Hypotenuse is 8.7. Okay. Now I'm not supposed to say cross multiply apparently anymore. Divide by 1. So I'm going to multiply by 8.7 on both sides to get rid of my 8.7 on the right hand side to get A. So I get A and 8.7 times sine 56. A will equal 7.21 centimeters. And you can go with 1 decimal 2 places. I think it says 1, but today I wrote down 2. So that would be 7.21 centimeters. last bit here. Let me make mine a little bit shorter. So let's figure out B. I'm given again. I'm gonna erase these lines here. I'm given hypotenuse and I want to find adjacent. So what has adjacent and hypotenuse is cos. So I'm going to use cos here. Cos theta equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. Cos theta, theta is going to be 56 degrees. Adjacent is B, which I don't know. Hypotenuse is 8.7. Okay, let us make that over 1. I'm going to get rid of my 8.7 on this side by multiplying it. Because the opposite of dividing by 8.7 is multiplying by 8.7. When I do the one side, I must do the other. This cancels out that one. I am left with B 8.7 times cos 56 degrees. Alright, now typing calculator, I'm going to run out of room here. B will equal, on the right hand side, whatever. 4.9 centimeters. I found all of my lengths, so I'm going to fill in my box here. And I'm done for that. Solving problem. Okay. Let's do one more, and we should be golden. Let's draw our box on what we're missing again. We're missing angle R. We're missing angle S. We're also missing little t. Alright, so we figure out what we need to find. Now we're going to label our triangle. This is our hypotenuse, our dots. Now here's the tricky part. We have to figure out what dot we're going to put on. So we have R and S. Either or will work. I'm going to start with R because that's alphabetically the first letter comes. So I'm going to put my dot right there. So therefore this is my adjacent. This is my opposite. Okay, so I'm treating the R as my angle right now. Okay, so I have figure what ratio I'm going to use. I have adjacent and I have opposite. What has adjacent and opposite? So katoa, oa has all of it, so I'm going to use tan. I'm going to use tan R, no, I'm going to use theta right now. Tan theta, opposite over adjacent. Okay, so I'm going to use tan R as my angle. Opposite is 16.3 over 15.4. Alright, so now we have the fraction, or the number over numbers, and we're going to change that to 5 decimal places. So 16.3 divided by 15.4. 10R will equal to 5 decimal places. 1.05844. I want to get R by itself, so I have to divide by 10 right now. Divide 10 on one side, and I must divide by 10 on the other. 10 cents out there, so I'm left with just R here, equal to, I can't divide by 10 in the calculator, so I have to go to 10, negative 1. Okay, R would equal 47 degrees. Okay, so I'm going to fill in my table, or little box here, which is going to be 47 degrees. Now that I found one angle, and I already have my 90 degree angle, I can find that third angle by doing my concept that tells me before that a triangle adds up to 180. So, angle S will equal 180 minus 90 degrees minus the 47. Angle S will equal 43 degrees. Okay, now I've got to find T. So I got a little line here, maybe. Okay, so I'm going to use which ratio to find T? I can use either or. I can use opposite and hypotenuse or adjacent and hypotenuse. It does not matter to me. Right now I'm going to just go with sine. So I'm going to use sine. Or you know what? We can just do Pythagoras theorem. That would be so much easier. Let's do that because we know our legs. We don't know our hypotenuse. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Right? From the beginning of our chapter unit. So let's think about triangle. This is C. Doesn't matter what this is. We'll call A, B. Let's sub in our values. A is going to be 15.4 degrees, oh, not degrees, squared, plus 16.3 degrees squared equals T squared, not C squared. Alright, 15.4 times 15.4, not 15.4 times 2. I do not have the answer, but I'll just tell you the total answer, which is 502.85 equals the TT squared. Alright, so I'm going to get rid of that squared, so I want to square root both sides. Square root that side, root the other. T will equal, drum roll please, is 22.4 miles. So I'm going to fill in my box here, 22.4 miles. And that is solving triangles. That is the purpose of memorizing or knowing SOHCAHTOA.